Right, this is a story about Vincent van Gogh. This is from Wikipedia, as you can see. So I assume that this is about his life. I can see a picture of him here. This is a painting that he painted himself, of himself, a self-portrait. Yeah. So, and this is the style he painted in. All right, let's read. So Vincent Willem van Gogh, that's the pronunciation, but in Dutch it's actually Van Gogh. Yeah, there's the Dutch. So he's a Dutchman. Born on the 30th of March 1853. Oh, that's longer ago than I thought. And he died on the 29th of July 1890. Wow, he didn't live long. He lived less than 40 years. Was a Dutch post-impressionist painter whose work notable for its rough beauty and emotional honesty in bold color had a far-reaching influence on the 20th century art. Yeah, I know it had a far-reaching influence. So far-reaching means it goes far, because this is like 150 years later. And he was a Dutch post-impressionist. I remember the word post. Post, of course, means, oh, here it is, spelled, but I'm going back. So the word itself, post comes from after, means after. In impressionist has to do with a kind of painting that the painter gives an impression of something, not exact the way it is, not exactly the way it is. So, but he's after that period. Okay, whose work noted rough beauty, so it's not very fine, emotional honesty, and bold color. Bold color. Bold usually means strong. So, okay. As far as, yeah, after years of painful anxiety and frequent bouts of mental illness, he died aged 37. Yeah, there it is. Not even 40 years. From a gunshot wound. Wow. I didn't know that. Gunshot. So he was shot, or he shot himself. Generally accepted to be self-inflicted. So he did it to himself. Wow. Although no gun was ever found. Okay. But he had, let's go back here, frequent bouts of mental illness. Frequent means often, and bouts of mental illness must be times or periods of mental illness. So that comes and goes. Yeah. And he was very, he worried about things a lot because it's painful anxiety. His work was then known to only a handful of people and appreciated by fewer still. Wow, so only a few people liked his work and appreciated, thought it was good. That's amazing, because now, and I know that he never sold a painting in his life, and now some of his paintings go for $75 million. It's amazing. Van Gogh began to draw as a child, okay, as he continued to draw throughout the years that led up to his decision to become an artist. He didn't begin painting until his late 20s. Wow, his late 20s, so he was 27, 28, 29 years old when he started painting. And before that he was just drawing. Completing many of his best known works during the last 2 years of his life. In just over a decade, he produced more than 2,100 artworks. Whoa, that's more than 2,000 in 10 years. It's 200 a year, over 200 a year, consisting of 860 oil paintings and more than 1,300 watercolors, drawings, sketches and prints. Wow, and he never sold one. His work included self-portraits, like this one here obviously, landscapes of outside in the country, still lifes. Still means it's opposite of alive, so still life is something like some fruit or a vase of flowers or something. Portraits of other people probably, and paintings of cypresses, wheat fields and sunflowers. Sunflowers are, those paintings are very famous, yeah, they're beautiful. Okay. Okay, just a few other points. Van Gogh spent his early adulthood working for a firm of art dealers. Okay, he was an art dealer, traveling between The Hague, oh, that's the place where I was born, London and Paris, after which he taught for a time. He was a teacher, okay, for a time in England. Okay. Let me just jump here. I saw something, the extent to which his mental health affected his painting has been a subject of speculation since his death. So despite a widespread tendency to romanticize his ill health, so romanticize means to make something romantic, so his bad health was kind of romantic. Modern critics see an artist deeply frustrated by an inactivity and incoherence brought about by bouts of illness. So he got these periods of illness where he was inactive, and incoherent meaning not clear in his mind, couldn't speak very clearly. So has been a subject of speculation. So nobody's really sure, they're guessing. According to an art critic, Robert Hughes, Van Gogh's late work show an artist at the height of his ability. It's a nice collocation. At the height of his ability, completely in control. So, oh, really? So he was quite sick, but he looked as an artist completely in control. And longing for concision and grace. Not really sure what that means. Longing for means wanting. Concision and grace. Okay.